No, I used to fill up a cup at 7-Eleven, and it was a 64-ounce cup. I'd fill it up every time I drove past a 7-Eleven. I'd fill it up probably I was counting in my mind 6 to 8 times a day and just drinking that throughout like nothing, and so that's what I did when I was 480 was my final weigh,
Wow.
480, and I went from 480 down to 410 just by cutting out Dr. Pepper. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it, bro.
Yeah.
And then I got stuck at 410, and I went super extreme because I'm an extremist, and
Yep.
so I got on the keto diet train and
Okay.
started eating high fat, high protein. I cut out I went down to, like, 10 grams of carbs a day and no sugar, no soda, and I went from 410 down to 280, and now I'm kinda stuck at 280, which is fine for me, but now I've gotta cut it even more because I transitioned back, from keto to normal eating so I didn't have to pack my bratwurst everywhere, and and so
That's a euphemism, yeah?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So but this is a family-friendly show. So so I would go to family parties and I'd bring seriously 2 12 packs of bratwurst with me and just cook them on the whatever and in the air fryer. And now I go and I eat normal food and I'm eating carbs again and whatever. And now I'm stuck at 280 again. And so I've got to cut my calories probably. I'm doing like 2,600 calories a day, 260 grams of protein,
Yep.
180 grams of carbs, 80 grams of fat, and now I've
Okay.
gotta adjust that probably to get down to 250, is my next
Yeah.
goal. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
so but you're around like are you around like 240 right now or something? Where are you?
Yeah, yeah. I'm around 240 and I'm consistently dropping, roughly 2.5 pounds or a kilo a week and have
That's
been since I
baller, man.
started.
Dang.
Um, my deficit's probably a little bit more extreme. I think I'm probably at 1,800,
Okay.
which at my height is still quite an aggressive cut.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Still an aggressive cut. And that's with exercise on top
Yeah,
of that. And but what that gives me is the freedom to not count everything. And I don't advocate for that. I'm not saying that's a clever idea. I think you
yeah,
should count everything. But at the same time, it does allow me that little bit of flexibility that, like, oh, if I really want to, grab that cheeseburger, really want to grab that ice cream,
yeah,
I can. I just, I just need to make like a very slight modification. Whereas if you're set to 2,500 and you're eating 2,500, suddenly that little extra treat, you're like, whoa, that's a big decision as to whether or not you can eat that or not.
yeah,
Um, so for me, I think I enjoy the slight bit of extra torture that comes with a bigger deficit, because what it allows me to do is be a little bit less restrictive in terms of, controlling my intake. But that just works for me. What works for other people works for other people as well.
love it, man, love it. What's the end goal for you?